Welcome to Main Event Talk. This is our season premiere. Ivan, John Cena had Nikki Bella sign a cohabitation agreement.
That's funny. Didn't The Rock have Cena sign one of those?
Welcome back, guys. As I said, this is the season premiere. Welcome to Main Event Talk. Just as a reminder, we'll be running from Mondays to Tuesdays. We're off Wednesdays, and then we're back again on Thursdays and Fridays, just so you won't be confused when we're putting on the show. So, let's begin. For today, we have headlines. So, Ivan, first headline. Hulk Hogan recently sent out a tweet over the weekend in response to a fan wanting to know if he will return to TNA wrestling in the future. Hogan tweeted, "Yo, Perry, I am sorry, I won't be coming back. HH."
I mean, are you surprised? Are you surprised in any sense? I'm not.
I'm not surprised either, no. It's Hulk Hogan we're talking about.
I mean...
negotiating tactics.
Exactly. I mean, if you think about it, this is WrestleMania season. The big 3-0. I mean, Hulk Hogan was there from the start.
Yeah, he was
the main event
the original face.
Yeah, for 6-7 WrestleManias in a row. 8 actually. Even I did say 9. Hogan was there from the start. I mean, why not? Would you? If I were Hulk Hogan, I would probably want to be at the big 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be stupid to say he's coming back to TNA, knowing damn well he has no intentions of going to TNA. It's bad news for Dixie Carter because she can definitely, as much damage as Hogan did to TNA, it also helped her with sponsors because sponsors like to see Hulk Hogan's name on their ad. But so I mean, it's good and it's bad. But I guess for WrestleMania fans that are gonna be there at 30, this is pretty good news.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to see Hogan.
To be honest with you, I mean, this is the big 3-0. You can't have a WrestleMania 30 without Hogan there. It's not going to be a WrestleMania. We need a WrestleMania moment with Hulk Hogan there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I never really was a Hulk Hogan fan, at least when he went to WCW. But for WrestleMania 30, you need him to come out. You need him to Hulk up on somebody.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. It's going to be phenomenal.
In love with it. All right, so check this out. According to a new memo sent out to cable subscribers this weekend, as of January 31st, 2014, WWE Classics On Demand will no longer be available as a monthly subscription service. This wasn't a choice by Mediacom, but rather a business decision made by the WWE in order to focus on other programming event content. Maybe a whole WWE network?
That is definitely the beginning of the WWE network. I think it is. You have... the WWE On Demand Classics has been on air for, 5-6 years?
About.
So it obviously means they have subscribers. Why would you take something out that has subscribers that people are paying for? You're making money out of it. It must mean something bigger is coming. WWE Network, 2014, 2015, that's a huge deal.
I mean, I can dare to say that I wouldn't, WWE could probably, a WWE Network can actually be something just as big as like ESPN or even a news network channel. I can see it.
It's definitely going to be. It's definitely, and you know what? And the beautiful thing is, if the rumors are correct, they don't just want to play WWE news. They want to play TNA news. They want to play ROH news. There's a lot of different variety things they're looking for. They're looking for anchors. I think as little as 2 months ago, they were looking to hire anchors.
Hey, yeah.
You know what? Main Event Talk, WWE Network. Imagine that.
I love that.
They're looking to open up a Divas show on the WWE Network, a Raw just for Divas. So imagine that. They're looking to have a show just for Cruiserweights. So imagine that. This is huge. And then they're looking to have sitcoms. I mean, this is definitely the beginning.
If you're taking it as far as sitcoms, I mean, I'm pretty sure they would offer Dixie Carter and Vicky Guerrero leading role in the show.
Well, I believe the guy they're offering a lead sitcom to is Santino Marella. They're looking for him to I don't know. The original idea was for Santino to be paired up with Beth Phoenix and for the sitcom to be about their relationship, but So that's another story. Next topic of the day, AJ Styles. He's been defending the TNA World title all over the world, and at the same time, TNA is holding its own TNA World Championship tournament. Obviously determining a new champion, which obviously means this will be concluded in a champion versus champion match. I guess the only question that I have is, does this bring prestige to the TNA title?
Does it even have any?
Not right now, no.
I mean, the closest thing that they had to prestige when it came to a heavyweight title was the NWA title.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no disrespect to Torres, AJ Styles, because I think the guy is phenomenal. His name does suit him. But, this is something that should have been done a while back. Why wait till now when the company is in...
Yeah, I think it's a good idea in many ways. The only way I would say it's a bad idea is the only reason is because it's a blatant ripoff of the CM Punk WWE storyline.
Right.
Now, it does bring prestige in the sense that he is traveling all over the world. He is defending all over Japan. But then he's not the official TNA World Champion, so it's like, is he really defending it? And then you're going to go and create another TNA Champion, and you have no choice but to rip up the scenario that WWE did with John Cena and CM Punk. So, it is a good storyline to bring prestige, but at the same time, you're going to have tons of tweets and you're going to have tons of criticism for something, yet again, that WWE is doing.
And not for nothing, we see something similar with this. You can take it as far back as, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels being the Intercontinental Champion. Come on,
Even ROH.
Can we be a little more original? Where's Vince Russo? Where's Vince Russo to actually mess things up when you need him?
And I think Vince Russo did the Razor Ramon storyline, which is funny enough.
Yeah. Explains why the match too long. Anyway, so Davey Richards and his longtime technique partner Eddie Edwards recently had WWE tryouts in Orlando, Florida. However, they haven't been signed yet. Rumors going around that WWE wants taller and bigger wrestlers. Where does the American Wolves go?
Yeah, this has been quite a news cycle for these two. I don't know. They're saying that they don't want to sign no more independent darlings or internet darlings like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. They're saying they want bigger athletes. I think there's not a lot of truth to that. I think there might be some truth to that. But there's a reason why WWE hasn't signed them yet. Whether it's a health issue, whether it's the rumored issue that's going on. It's shocking, because these two are easily the top 4, top 5 wrestlers in the world. And the fact that they haven't been signed yet is very, it's scary. What's scarier is that TNA hasn't even jumped on the fact that they're free agents.
Well, I mean, if TNA are smart, they would pick these guys up. They would.
Absolutely.
I mean, why not? Bring more competition to the tag team division.
These two alone could shape up the whole roster.
I think so. I honestly think so. But I mean, as long as you got the right guys, putting a good storyline together, I think this could help TNA take off just a bit more, and maybe even intrigue other up and coming wrestlers that want to be a part of something big, or or evolutionize something.
Yeah, and they gotta. I mean, people like to talk about the AJ's and Daniels feud, the Samoa Joe and Kaz. Man, if you see anything that Eddie Edwards has done and Davey Richards has done in ROH with the same guys, they could do the same to TNA.
I believe so.
It'll bring them back to that 05 level where they were just close to breaking that ceiling. So I think it's almost time. Anyway, next subject. Speaking of independent darlings, WWE recently released Cassius Ohno, aka Chris Hero, indicating that this indicates that there's many young, fresh talent available in the free agent roster, like we just talked about with Davey and Edwards. Whether it's for an ROH comeback or a TNA jump, can Chris Hero help any of these two companies?
Well, ROH, I think it's just the only problem I see with ROH is just the promotion, the lack of promotion that's there, the quality that's there. I don't think there's anything wrong with the shows that they put up, in my opinion. But I'll be honest, and a lot of people may not agree with me, especially those who are huge TNA fans. They're better off, their chances of them doing something, his chances of doing something really big in TNA, yeah, but not as much. I don't think there'll be much of a help because TNA needs a lot of help. A lot of help. You better be something special to make TNA blossom to something really big.
Yeah, no,
so he's better off in ROH, to be honest with you.
I agree and I disagree. I agree in the sense that TNA would need a lot more help than just Cassius Ohno or Chris Hero. I'm assuming he'll go by. There's for him to really be effective in TNA, he would have to be branded aside of the whole independent. People might not like when WWE brands independent wrestlers with their own names but you know what? It helps with marketability because you can't. If you come in as Ivan Torres, I can't trademark Ivan Torres. It's your name.
Right.
You know, so that's the reason why WWE does it. TNA doesn't do a lot of that. They let a lot of guys ride free. If they can market and learn how to market on talent, then it can help. With ROH, I think he already helped ROH as much as he can. I don't think he's going to help him any further than what he's already done for ROH. His reputation suits him.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. All right, so... Wow. Everyone enjoyed the explosiveness of last week's ending to Raw.
It's pretty awesome.
Amazing. I mean, everybody teased the Shield versus the Wyatts, which was followed by a huge eruption by the audience, by the crowd. You think the WWE is going to follow with this feud? If so, when?
Well, you know, we're what? How many months away for WrestleMania? 3, 4?
About
4 months?
Close enough.
If they're going to follow up with the feud, it's got to be at WrestleMania. Something tells me they're not going to hold off to WrestleMania, which would be a travesty because this is a WrestleMania moment waiting to happen. But if they do capitalize on it, it's going to have to be sometime after Survivor Series, obviously, because they're already, the Wyatts are fighting Punk and Bryan, so they're not going to capitalize it. Then, I don't see it happening in December, maybe Royal Rumble. I hope they hold off into WrestleMania, but I definitely see it. I mean, it's a teaser and a half what they did. I mean, they can't ignore the explosion.
No, I mean, I honestly feel that the writers probably did that on purpose. It's like, hey, let's just see what happens, how the crowd's going to react to this, because I'm a Wyatts fan, and I'm definitely a huge fan of the Shield, especially Dean Ambrose. So, I mean, why not have a moment again and tease him again at the Royal Rumble?
Oh, man, imagine that.
In the Royal Rumble
and
match.
I can see it, too.
Yeah, in the Royal Rumble match. Make a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it was done with Hogan and Warrior, and look what it exploded to.
There's a moment with it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, my goodness. That would be crazy.
I mean, I can definitely see that happening. I mean, the fact that they tease the fans with that, it's just like, hey, here's just a taste of something that may happen.
It has to happen. WrestleMania 30, they gotta have something huge. The only downfall to that is that the only person that could see challenging Taker at Mania right now is Bray Wyatt, and that will kind of take him away from that match. So I think, and this is just my speculation, and I'm sure you speculated the same thing. If they make that 6-man tag match, that means they will have to have something big planned for Taker for 30. Which, you know, that scares me a little bit, you know.
Well, then again, who's to say maybe a storyline, there's someone who's looking, a mysterious opponent who is looking to end the streak of The Undertaker. And
you scared me there because I thought you almost said Mysterio.
No, absolutely not.
Well, next topic. Our 7th topic, TNA has had recent cutbacks of TNA talent pay, production quality, and they are even going back to the Impact Zone-like setting in Florida to save money and not going on road trips. Former WCW announcer Scott Hudson, who was present during WCW's final days, well, here's a quote that he said, "Not to say that they can't make it, but if they get into another year from now, say 12 months from right now, if they're still around, it will be a much different looking company than what we see now."
I mean, I agree. I mean, we saw it with World Championship Wrestling, you know, last final days, where now they, you know, the ring looked different, the arenas looked different. I mean, yeah, you saw it had a WCW logo, but I didn't feel like I was watching WCW. I felt like I was watching something else, like a little show in Florida. It kind of saddened me.
Well, do you think he said that?
Because of the experience?
They're going to downgrade?
I mean, for now, I think it's a smart move. for now, I think it was a smart move. Give them time to build up stars. I mean, at one point, the WWE, when the NWO, WCW, well, the Monday Night Wars were happening.
Yeah.
I mean, storytelling, WCW was doing phenomenal, but their matches weren't up to par. Mm-hmm. While the WWE were having awesome matches. And everyone slept on those things.
With cartoon characters, right?
Yeah. But I mean, listen, but you know, who knows? Maybe something like that could work for TNA. I would like to see. I mean, I love the WWE, but I would hate to see just watch the WWE over and over and over. Even though it'd be an awesome show, but it was great. It would be great to see another competitor, another company who's going to compete with the WWE. And right now, I don't think there's any.
Yeah, you know, it just feels like they're going back. Like, I hope they don't go out of business, and anybody that says TNA should go out of business is stupid. They're not real wrestling fans. They should, you know, this can save them. It's just, you know, this could be a very hardcore cleansing period for them. You know, they could lose Hulk Hogan, which is not such a bad thing. They could lose Sting, which is not such a bad thing. And I think they need to be comfortable with that. They need to be comfortable going back to the Impact Zone and start rebuilding the product. They got to start rebranding the product. And it could be a WWE moment, you know, where they call it what, the next generation era. I like to call it the cartoon era. Mm-hmm. You know, but it worked because they were having great matches, and eventually, people could say it was Eric Bischoff and the NWO competition, but no, it worked because they were growing new stars as opposed to recycling old ones. That's what it was. They were growing new stars. That's what TNA needs to do. They need to grow new people. It's a good chance.
Good chance, definitely. Eighth topic. John Cena has had some of the most classic matches in WWE history. Rather it was TLC with Edge, 7.5 stumble days beat at WrestleMania, or consistently taking CM Punk to new heights. However, he still gets labeled as Mr. 5 Moves of Doom. Should Cena get a lot more credit than the stereotype?
Yeah, I think we both agree. Either of us are Cena fans, you know, but we both agree. And it's been talked about a lot more recently, I guess, because he's got the world title again, and WrestleMania's around the corner. They're afraid he's going to make it. But the guy could perform. You know, he doesn't have 5 moves of doom. Sorry. In the beginning of his championship reign, you could say that. But now, I mean, the guy's a pretty awesome wrestler. He's pretty awesome.
I've seen that a lot, and you know, no disrespect, but you know, I would rather have 5 moves than have 3 like Randy Orton.
Right.
But I think that's something common when some of these guys end up being bigger guys end up becoming world heavyweight champion. You know, they use certain signature moves, their finishers, or there's always, you already know when the end is coming.
Yeah, it's when Hulk Hogan hulked up, I didn't see anybody call it the 5 moves of doom. You know, it worked because you need a signature. That's how choreographing a match works. You know, but it seems like the more you would think the more seasoned he gets, the more respect he gets out of the fans, but. It's actually, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like he's not getting any respect. I'm not understanding him. Maybe he needs a break. So we can appreciate him a little more.
You know, I mean, but I think it would have changed the character and even making him a heel. I want to see John Cena as a heel. I want to see him do something different. I'm tired of seeing these baggy jeans and colorful shirts. You know, like...
I want to see him go dark.
Yeah, go dark, So, put some tights on,
Black tights.
Yeah, do something.
Alright, guys, so that was our final topic. That's going to do it for this show. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for a new segment we have called Good for Business, Bad for Business. We'll explain it then. So, just make sure you tune in.
And you can like our page at facebook.com/main event talk, or you can subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/planetaefilms.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Catch those back episodes, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm David Flores.
I'm Ivan Torres.
I'll see you tomorrow. Hollywood Blondes.
That girl's a bitch, though. The redhead, she's a bitch.
Eva Marie?
Yeah.